How do I start this? I think we need to find a place to sit and talk. I haven't done this in so long that I forgot that my like camera mount, what is this even called? Tripod is absolutely the worst. It's like completely uneven. Like I don't even think right now, this is definitely not even. Also, I've got business on the top, party. Business on the top, party on the bottom? Is that what it's called? Oh, there you go, crotch shot. All right, well, we're off to a slightly rougher start than we intended. So I actually looked a minute ago how long it's been since I posted my last video, and it was May 22nd of 2022, which in some ways I thought that it was further back, and then in some ways I felt like it was just yesterday. And there's just so much that I have to tell you guys. I don't even know where to start, but I think the first thing we have to start with is obviously a location change. Since we were last talking, I have not only moved from somewhere in Austin, we moved from that apartment to another place in Austin, which was amazing. If you're familiar with Austin, it was right by South Congress. It was the most beautiful condo, but guess where we're at now? A totally new state. We now live, and I say we because it's me and my partner, in Denver, Colorado. And I am currently sitting in our window. It's literally the best thing. It's like this beautiful circular window, and I feel like it's giving perfect backdrop. Then again, the kennel that is next to me, my dog's kennel, it's not like the most, it's not the most aesthetic. Sorry, I forgot. I'm still like getting used to this again because, again, the tripod thing, and now we're gonna have to like resituate it right after I got it figured out, because otherwise you're just gonna be like looking at me sideways. Okay. I want to tell a story that I have not told anywhere about what really happened at this period of time when I was, you know, posting on YouTube, and basically told you guys a little bit about how I couldn't keep going. And again, I haven't shared this anywhere, so if you have been amazing, not that you're not amazing if you haven't done this, but if you have been my tried and true what am I saying? Just, if you've been following along with me, maybe listening to my podcast, Seems Like Diet Culture, or hanging out with me on Instagram, you won't even know the story because I have not opened up about what was really going on in this period of my life of 2022. And then I want to tell you guys about some really exciting things that have been going on, like some of these changes and what they've ended up creating. But I feel like my YouTube channel and hanging out with you, it's always been the place where I felt like I've been able to be the most myself. And my very first video on this channel, which I can't even watch now because it literally makes me cringe so hard, it was about me opening up about my eating disorder journey. And it was my first time talking about it anywhere. You know, not just online. I hadn't told like anybody in my life that I actually had an eating disorder. And so I feel like after that video posted, like I posted every week for years. I think I posted that in 2019 and posted all the way until 2022. And so I feel like I'm being dramatic. I'm acting like I'm Best Dressed. Do you guys know Best Dressed? The absolute best YouTube channel. I still binge watch her old videos. I feel like I'm acting like her coming back to YouTube. Like, I know it's not that serious, but I was reading some of the comments on, I point over there because my office is over there, which I need to give you guys a house tour. But I was reading some of the past comments from you guys, and they're just so kind, and I just feel so excited to be back on this channel. Okay, who asked? Do you not know I'm recording a YouTube video? I just feel really excited to be back here. But I need to stop rambling because I do that when I'm nervous. I just like keep talking about random stuff, and you're like, get to the point. So let's talk about what was happening. Let me set the scene, okay? It's 2022, obviously. And I had shared a little bit about the fact that after recovering from my eating disorder, I was still having some pretty severe health issues. They came up in a lot of different ways. Whether it be rashes that I was getting like on my face and on my body, there were just such intense lethargy and chronic fatigue, really bad brain fog, and then over like a long period of time, gradually, I started to lose a lot of the functioning that I used to have. So I really struggled to walk even without pain in my knees. I really was having a hard time in general. And then along with that, my struggles with mental illness were just so heightened. And I know I shared a video talking some about that and talking some about what that was like. And then to pile more on top of that, I was not doing a good job of handling the stress from having my own business. I just wasn't. I was so caught up in like what it should be and what I should be doing, and I started to really lose my enjoyment for anything. I started to lose my enjoyment in life, in my job, in just anything. I didn't feel like there was really any ways I found joy in general anymore. And that is what eventually led me to not wanting to be on YouTube. Not even not wanting, but just not feeling like I could maintain YouTube anymore. Like it wasn't because, oh, I want to switch to my podcast or something else. It was definitely different than that. There was more to it. And I think that what I realized is I didn't feel like I could record my life and act happy. I didn't feel like I could, put together this vlog that showed me doing all this different stuff in a day and being this business owner and talking about all this stuff when I felt like I just felt like a shell of a person. And I remember close to the last day that I recorded that YouTube video, Brian and I tried to go out on a walk and I could barely make it like 800 meters before like we had to turn around because I was that tired and that broken down. And so from that point on, I felt like there was this whole process of kind of having to start new, like rediscover myself and build back up from really zero. And it didn't just happen in like my health, like the things that I was mentioning. It also was in my life overall. And I felt like I had to reestablish who I was. And that also felt frustrating because I know the importance of having a strong identity outside of what you do, because that's what I had to work through in my eating disorder, right? It was like I was so obsessed with being this healthy person, the fit friend, the blah, 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 blah. And that wasn't what was coming up. It wasn't any types of ED struggles or body image struggles again. That was luckily, gratefully, praise the Lord, that did not come up, which this is why I'm so freaking passionate about helping people with this, because the last thing we need when we're struggling is another layer of stress with food and body image and exercise. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. I hope that this is making sense. But I think what has ended up happening over this time is, even though it's been really hard, even though I had really, really low lows, now at the point I'm at, I can say that I am the happiest that I've ever been in my entire life. And I feel like a completely different person. I had to really get clear on what was important to me and what brought me joy, and get connected with this version of myself again that was allowed to have fun, that was allowed to feel worthy outside of what she did for other people, that was allowed to feel successful outside of however her business was performing or outside of what people thought about her. And I think it's just always a strange thing when one of the first true jobs that you get is basically dictated by what people think about you. And this is not a feel bad for me, because I'm literally the luckiest person in the entire world. The fact that I get to do this as my job, it actually makes me sick with gratitude, because I am truly the luckiest person ever. But I'm just being totally honest with you guys. And so I went through this whole process of physically, mentally, emotionally getting healthy again. And I felt like I finally started to reach that around the middle of last year of 2023. So about a year from when I stopped YouTube. I really felt like I started to feel healthy again. My mental health was in such a good place. I felt like I was experiencing what I never could have imagined. And then I hit some really hard times in my business. And again, I haven't shared about this anywhere, so I think that's where, like, I feel like I share so openly about things, but then there's certain things I realize I don't share about, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of weird to be talking about it. Again, I think when helping people and being someone that basically makes a living off of helping others, when you feel like you get stuck in that, it's not just the fact that it's obviously hard, because like your business is also your livelihood. It's the fact that if you're too attached to that as your worth, you begin to feel very purposeless. And so it felt like right after I got to this better place that I found myself feeling like I had no value again, because I felt like I wasn't helping anybody. And I know that's not true, but it was so hard for me to like remember that, you know, like to believe it. And it made me realize, wow, okay, I thought I was stable, but there's still more work to be done here. And so from that point to now, I think that I have actually, knock on wood, where's wood? I mean, there's wood in there, yes. But like I've actually done the work to truly discover like who I am. And yes, that helping people is a part of who I am, but I'm so much more than that. And I really have felt that way in 2024, especially as we made some of these huge changes in my business that I think were contributing to the fact that I didn't feel like I was helping anymore. Because I think I felt this general misalignment, not because we weren't helping people. I mean, the funny thing is like we were getting like still the best feedback. We literally have not had someone in the past like 3 rounds go through the program and not have like an incredible transformation. If you're new to me, this is my program, Live Unrestricted, which is like all about helping you cultivate a positive relationship with food, body image, and exercise. And the thing is, this used to be like a 3-month cohort-based program, and it was amazing. But I started to feel like there were just things that was like, I want more time with people. I want to be able to still connect with them and like see it through. Like obviously I connect with people after they're done, but it's just like I felt like there were just these things that were coming up in me of like, I'm not doing as much as I can. I'm not showing up. I'm not supporting the way that I want. And so the entirety of November to now, literally right in this moment, has been reshaping everything in my life, including my business. And we have totally made these amazing changes to Live Unrestricted. It's, you know, I could go on and on, but like I'll include a link down below to check out the new website that we have, which we launched recently. And it talks about Live Unrestricted, it talks about new programs I have, like all this stuff. But there's just more support. It just feels so good. But I was sitting and journaling the other day about how I want to show up this year. And randomly I was writing and I see Brian outside. What the heck is he doing? What does he think he is? He's talking on the phone. Does he not know I can see him? Anyways, I wrote down, like, I want to post on YouTube again. And it was kind of a weird moment. Just I realized I really miss talking with you. I miss like the connection and the community. I miss all of it. And I know I'm not, again, this like huge YouTuber that everyone has been waiting to post again. But I also feel like, as I, an avid YouTube consumer, scroll through my feed, I realize we need to talk about the non-diet perspective. Like, we need some anti-diet culture. We need some trusting yourself. We need some tapping into who you are back on YouTube, because there are some things I've been seeing on here that I'm like, guys, this is not the vibe. We don't need to be posting this type of stuff. And even when I look back at some of my old posts, which some of them are privated because they were like things I don't believe I should do anymore. Like, I used to post a bunch of what I eat in a day and all that stuff. And, you know, in this new phase, I do think there'll be ways I show up differently. But I think it's going to be really fun. And I hope to bring a mix of true content that shares questions that you may be wanting to know about. Like, how the heck do I feel more in control around food? Or why am I so afraid of my body changing? Or the truth about why intuitive eating may not be working for you. Or a deep dive on seed oils and what to actually know about them. But I also hope to just bring some fun and share all of the pieces of what goes on, the behind the scenes, the real chats, the books that I've been reading, which, can we please talk about the ACOTAR series? Because, guys, I read book 1 and I didn't like it as much as everybody else, and I feel out of the club, and also everybody's telling me to read book 2. So if you feel like I need to keep going to book 2, let me know, because I need some motivation to keep going if I'm going to keep going. I just don't know. But I just am looking forward to all of that and to everything that this will be again. And I missed you so much, and I hope that in this time you were doing well, and I hope that you were still watching all the YouTube videos. And if you choose to stick around on this new journey together, I'm so grateful. No matter what, I understand. I always want you to just do what feels right for you, what feels the most supportive. And that's going to be different at different times in our life, different seasons. But I'm just really, really excited to be back on this channel. I just saw the cutest dog walk by too. So I can't say exactly what the posting schedule is going to look like. I'm hoping every week, just like it was before. But I think we're in the age of flexibility. We're in the age of not killing ourselves to have to fit schedules in the same way. And I'm just trying to lean into more flow. And I hope that you are doing the same. And I would love, 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 love more than anything in this world if you told me what you want to see from me, if you shared anything that resonated with you in this video, if you gave me an update on what's been going on for you in this past year and a half. And if you enjoyed this, I guess we'll give it a like, hit the subscribe button. I can't believe it. All right, I guess I'll see you back here very soon.